Can I have 2 people? How many? 2 people. Go to the mic, share. What did you get out of this exercise?
Meantime, I have a question for you.
Yes, please.
I don't understand one thing about, when you say at the form, the message, what is it that you're saying to the person you call them to action? What do you mean by that?
Very good question. I'll answer that after they share. Okay, go ahead. Hold on, what's your name?
I'm sorry. My name is Alfred.
Hi, Albert.
Hello, group. That sometimes it's quite awkward to meet new people and ask those types of questions. But I found that over the years that in my business I was a fitness trainer, and having to meet new people, that's how I overcame a lot of shyness. So in coming to networking events, it's a little bit easier for me to do. But you really get to know somebody, and you can make some really interesting connections and possibly friends too.
Okay, great. Round of applause. Energy! Zing!
My name is Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
Hi, everyone. So what I learned from today is when people ask me about myself, I keep constantly without them asking, keep telling about myself.
How many of you do that?
And it's good to review what I learned. So I asked, I don't even remember the name, Super Sam, yes. I spoke to him and he said, oh, I come here for fun. So, this really good quality, come here if you just want to come here for fun. And I asked him what he learned from today, and he talked about the 7th step. And I asked him what he can apply when he bring home today. And then he said that, he's going to go home and follow the step. And it's good for me to review that the first 3 steps we have to master. A lot of people go not in order and try one or another. So it's good for me to review and meet new people. Good exercise that I can apply from what I learned.
Great, round of applause. Energy, zing. Very good, very good. So, when you're answering your question, with the message depends on their needs and goals and their strengths. It's not waiting for your marketing message that, hey, you know what, let me talk about my business. Let me give you my business card. That's not what I'm talking about. So the message, the call to action, depends on what the other party needs. So in this case, let's say Suzanne, what did she say? She's looking for a joint venture partner, right? And then her goals, she's got a book, right? She's thinking of writing a book. Her goal, aspiration is to do bigger conferences and help more people, right? So that depends on if, in this case, if Ken knows or he has the expertise or has a network that can help Suzanne. See, don't feel like when you meet someone, it is an obligation that you have to exchange information. There's no law saying when you meet a stranger at a networking event, you have to exchange information. No, sometimes it's just, okay, great, nice meeting you, and that's that. That's okay. So the people that you feel like, well, you're connecting with, you might be able to help them, then that's when the exchange happens. Sometimes the message was very nice meeting you. I hope you enjoyed the conference. That's it. And you move on. You don't have to get something from them or they get something from you. It makes the whole thing very awkward. Yes? Okay, so let me give you 3 strategies. How many? 3 strategies. When you go on network, changes everything. So first strategy, first secret is you want to become a person of value. You want to become a person of what? Value. Write this down. Money earned is a byproduct of value creation. Making money is actually pretty simple. Money earned is a byproduct of value creation. Meaning the more value you deliver, the more people you deliver value to, the more money you're going to make. It's very, very simple. It's very, very simple. You want higher income? Serve more people. I make a lot of money because I serve a lot of people. It's very simple. So how do you become a person of value? Well, if you are a person of influence, you are valuable. If you're a person with expertise and experience, you are valuable. If you're a person with a big network, you are valuable. You want to become a person of value. And here is the key. You got to become a person of value, bracket, beyond than your core product or service. Beyond than just what you do. So Dai has to figure out how can I deliver value beyond than just fitness. Maybe it's marketing. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's your network. Maybe it's who you know. You got to learn how to deliver value, because if you can only deliver value based on your core product and service, isn't that very limited? It's very, very limited. So that restricts the amount of people you can help, amount of value you can deliver. So that restricts how many people you can meet, how many people you can serve, then how can you expand your network? You can't. So you have to be more diversified, not just thinking about, okay, here's what I do. I'm a mortgage broker. That's all I do. You have a mortgage you need a new mortgage? Let's talk. You don't need a new mortgage? That's it. Like, I can't help you. That's it. No. So become a person of value beyond in your product or service, number one. And as an entrepreneur, you don't get paid for your time. Write this down. You get paid for the value. What is it? Value you bring to the time. You don't get paid for your time. We, as an entrepreneur, we get paid for results. You get paid for the value you bring to the time. So how can you become more valuable? How can you become more valuable? Just yell the answer. How can you become more valuable?
Become an expert.
Become an expert? Okay. Learn your subject. Yes? How can you become more valuable? Be more efficient with your time. Be more, okay, efficient with your time. Okay. How can you become more valuable?
Add value to others.
Yeah, but how can you become more valuable so you can add value? Interest in others. Maybe also expand your interest, not being so narrowly focused on whatever that you do. Okay. Strategy number 2. You want to network for your network. So here's how it works. Let me explain to you. This is it. If you remember nothing else from tonight, remember this. So, typical networking. You go out there. This is you. Okay? Smiley face. Let's do a smiley face. This is you. Go and most people. You go network with people. And hopefully you try to get some business. That's how. Now you're not going to do that anymore, yes? You're not going to do that anymore, yes? Jesus. Okay. Please. Okay. So you go there. It's a one-way communication. You want to get something from the other person, the other party. Okay. So instead of doing that, how many of you have clients right now in your business? Have clients? Okay. Think of, in terms of referrals, where most likely are referrals going to be coming from? Your existing clients. Because they're doing business with you, they trust you, and they like you, yes? So here's what you do. First of all, you go back to your clients, and you get to know them at a deeper level. What kind of needs do they have? What kind of goals do they have? Beyond then your product and service. What other needs do they have? What other goals do they have? And here's what you do. When you go out and when you network with people, don't network for yourself. You go and you network for your clients. Okay? You network for your clients. Let me ask you a question. Let's say you are a realtor. In fact, Gary is a good example, right? My mentee also. So, Gary, you go and you network. So, not beyond, deliver value beyond than just your real estate service as a realtor. You get to know your clients, and they're a lot of entrepreneurs, yes? You get to know their business. You go out there and you try to find business for them. What happens when you send clients to your existing clients? What happens? They become better clients? They will send you more referrals. A stranger who has never done business with you, how the fuck can they refer anyone to you? I don't get, they haven't experienced you. It makes no sense. But your existing clients, who like you've been doing this with for years, you don't, Frank, be honest with me. How many of you don't actually know your clients that well? Besides the transactional relationship. You get to know them well, find out their needs and goals, and you refer clients to them, and they refer clients to you. Make sense? So when you go out there, you don't have the problem. You don't have to talk about yourself at all. Because you're not networking for yourself. You're networking for your network. You're networking for them. So in this case, it could be, let's say with Ken and Suzanne, Ken might be saying, oh, well, you know what? I actually have another client of mine who has a big list and who's been promoting an event. I think maybe he can help you. He provides phenomenal service, right? And then Suzanne, oh, that's great. Give me the referral, right? Then they might do some business. Now, when they do business, this client, he's going to think of Ken. Wow, Ken sent me the referral. That's great. We're doing some business now. I got to send Ken some clients. I got to help him out a little bit, right? You do that for your clients. So network for your network. Make sense? You don't go for yourself. Okay. Now, you might say, but then what if I don't have a large network of high-quality people right now? It means you don't have a client base. You don't have a big client base. You may be getting started. You don't have a lot of clients right now that you can send some business to. Then what do? Well, let me give you a tip. Would you like a tip?
Yes.
Okay. Associate with the people who already has a huge network. If you don't have one, associate and leverage the people who already has a huge network. So in this case, Gary's in good. Gary, go to the mic actually. Let me share. Round of applause. Six-figure realtor, just so you know. Now, Gary, what did you do when I shared this with you? So remember, I went back and said, you know what? Go back to your clients. How can you deliver value beyond than just your core product and services? By the way, everybody say, hi, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Yeah, what did you do?
Well, what I do is I just try to find out what my clients do. Most of them are working 9-to-5 jobs, but a lot of them are looking for jobs. So what I usually do, they go, oh, like I'm looking for a position in journalism, and I'm like, I don't know any specific person, but I'm like, oh, I know an HR director. So I LinkedIn kind of introduction and you know, I went to school with a bunch of people, and then a lot of them are looking for jobs. And then what I would try to do is like, oh, you're interested in marketing. Oh, I know in marketing some professional. Let me connect you. So what I do is I just try to help people, and which is like sometimes school teaches you like networking is just pass out your business cards, but like business school. Like they teach you, oh, go to networking events so that maybe you can get a job at TELUS or Hydro or whatever. But then some of my classmates actually started helping other classmates. Go, oh, you want to get a job at Hydro? I used to work there. Let me connect you. So I started learning that from like other fellow classmates.
What percentage of your business now coming from referrals?
Like all of it, almost. 90%.
Mm-hmm. Think about it. Think of if you're Gary's client, you bought a home, he gets to know you about your needs and your goals and your business, and after you purchased a home from him, he keeps sending you business. He tries to help you grow your business beyond than just selling a home. Not goodbye, thank you, bam, bam, goodbye, ma'am. It's not like that, right? It's more serving you after the transaction is done. When you want to buy another home, who are you going to think of? Because you would be there, so many realtors you can choose from, but Gary is the only one that's been sending me business, that's been helping me out beyond than just what he does. Yes? There is a round of applause. Round of applause. Energy, zing. Question?
If you have an online business,
yes.
So how do you?
Oh, good question. So what if you have an online business? How does that work? So if you have an online business, how does that work? Tell me.
I mean, with the clients, you cannot really learn about the clients much.
Michael?
Well, maybe you try to kind of get the community onto Facebook, or like get offline people on Facebook, and then they like real faces basically. So this way you can make the connection.
Ali?
I believe the concept of blogging. Blogging is the way you're teaching others different things, right? You might be, I don't know, a plumber, but you're talking about where to buy good plumbing stuff. You're teaching people about the things around your business through blogging, which is online. On the side, you're selling product, but here you're creating traffic, you're creating attention.
Yeah, and let me share with you what I do. Even though an online business, they're not just an email address, they're not just a list where you can send offers to. So out of that, actually, DJ is going to cover that next class. that we talk about 80-20 and the top 20%. You want to focus on the top 20% of the clients. You get to know those on a more personal basis. What are the goals? What are their needs? So out of my list, of course, I have a big list, but out of that, I have that core group of entrepreneurs that I connect with, not just LinkedIn. I know their goals. I know their website. Perhaps we have chatted on the phone briefly. Those are my friends, right? That's my network. So when I go to them, I can pick up the phone. If you cannot pick up the phone and call that's to me, it's not a relationship, right? You have to be able to pick up the phone and reach them. Does that make sense? So get to know them more. But DJ will get into that a little bit more depth. So strategy number 3, before we go. You want to form or join some kind of mastermind group. How many of you belong to some kind of mastermind group right now? Okay, so if you don't know what a mastermind group is, it's a concept from the Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. And basically, it's a group of people, like-minded people, that you get together once a month or something like that, maybe even more frequently, and you would brainstorm and you would support each other and you help each other. Some kind of mastermind group. So, if you think in terms of this way, let me share a very simple story with you. How many have heard of Iman? How many know Iman? Okay. So, earlier this year, a few friends of mine have been talking about Iman. That, hey, you know what, Iman is a great guy. He owns the Vancouver Business Network, which is one of the largest meetup in BC. You know, he's a great guy. You know, you guys have a lot in common. Actually, he's teaching a lot of stuff what you were teaching 8 years ago. I thought that's interesting. So I thought I would connect up with him because I'm always connecting up with people. So I said, great. So then I pick up the phone and I call Iman. I said, you know, this is Dan. This is what I'm doing. Now, I did not pick up the phone and say, Iman, you know, here's my service, here's my product, buy something from me. Okay, it isn't a need, I got nothing to sell. Instead, what I did is I invite him. I said, hey, Iman, my name is Dan Locke. Check out my website. Here's some of the work that I've done. I'm interested in forming a mastermind group with local successful entrepreneurs. And one of my friends gave me your name. So that's why I'm calling you to see if you're interested. What did he say? Sure. Sounds good to me. So I said, okay, great. So I bring him into my network. I said, great. So we meet, and then we get together with the mastermind meeting, and we talk, and we brainstorm, and we share our challenges, our goals. I get to know him on a more personal basis. Afterwards, it just happens in a few months, right? Afterwards, since then, he's actually, Iman, without me asking, by the way, he has promoted me twice to his audience, without me asking. Okay? Now we're also actually business partner in one of the companies. Did I try to go and say, hey, Iman, would you like to be my business partner? I didn't even thought about that. But I invite him to my mastermind group where now you can deepen, what's the word? Deepen the relationship. Now, you will only invite the people you think are the cream of the crop to your mastermind group. When you meet someone at networking, you don't have to try to sell them anything like that. Myself, I belong to 3 mastermind groups that I personally created, and we've made millions of dollars from that group, just the joint venture opportunities, without actually mentioning anything about joint ventures, because we develop a relationship. When you see them once a month, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, you're going to do something, believe me. You're going to do something. So, and even though if you don't do something, is that okay? You get value, yes? So now from then on, you go and you network. It's one of the 3 few things. You either invite them to your mastermind, or you refer them to your clients, or you see how you can add value. So that becomes like that. Not this. Is this. One of these 3 options. That's it. Make sense? Yeah. Okay, take 2 minutes to discuss what I just said. 2 minutes. Go.